She had little sweaters.
Yeah.
She had everything.
She sounds very, very well loved. Well, I really appreciate you sharing that with me. That sounds like a hard thing to have to leave her for a while.
She had her own doggy bed in the doghouse, like I said. I made sure it didn't rain in her house. I had plastic over at the doghouse, where I had it where it wouldn't blow off. I had to put little cinders on her house, so the plastic wouldn't fly away off of her house, I had it to where she had a little porch, like, I had, she had a little porch,
Wow. That's awesome.
In the wintertime, I made sure she was nice and warm. I had it to where she could come in and out where she wouldn't be so cold, I always drape a piece of cloth over the door in the wintertime where she wouldn't be cold. And I felt it now. I said, ooh, it's so warm up in here. Hell, I could move it in my damn self.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all this with me. I just have one more question, set of questions I want to ask you, and you can think of these sort of like survey or short answer. They're pretty quick. So, what month and year did you move into your current residence?
March.
Okay. Of this year?
No, 2011.
2011. Okay. And how did you find out about this place? Was it word of mouth?
My caseworker.
Caseworker. Okay. So did you receive support from some type of service agency, friends, family in finding this place?
Friends and family.
Okay. And how long did it take you to find it?
No time at all.
That's awesome.
Because I was down a couple of streets and around the corner from it.
Wow. So just a week or so, or?
No. I was raised in this area, but I already knew about this area.
Gotcha. So when you went to search, you kind of already had that in mind.
Yeah, because you know what? I knew Charles Richard Drill School, and I had went there as a little child to see a concert, a gospel concert. And so I knew about this area because all I had to do was just come over here. It takes me less than 6 minutes to get here.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you were pretty close.
I'm real close. I was pretty close.
Wow. And how much is your monthly rent here?
It's $269.
All right. And are there any, I know you mentioned this, but any extra pet ownership costs involved with renting here, like a pet deposit, pet rent, pet fees, stuff like that?
It's just pet deposit.
And how much is that pet deposit?
It's like $400.
Are they refundable or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think they keep the deposit because if something happened, they want to use that money in order to take care of the house, the apartment once they move out.
Okay. So regardless of whether or not it's clean or not when you move out, that's kind of they're just going to keep that. Okay. And were you shown a written pet policy or asked to sign some kind of contract for owning a pet at this property?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, I haven't really had a pet, so from what I understand I take that back. Yes, it was. I did see one, but it's been 10 years ago. Oh, they want to know about what kind of pet you have, what the size of the pet is, which is important because they don't want you to have any kind of big dog here. They want you to have at least a small dog. So many pounds, can be over 16 pounds.
Okay.
And so they like to have a small pet. They like for you to take care of your dog as far as taking them on the outside, picking up their poop, making sure the dog has a leash. They want to know about how they let you know that if you have the dog, you must take care of your apartment that the dog is in. Well, the apartment will not smell it, not clean. Make sure that the carpet and everything is clean in the house so it would not smell.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So restrictions on the size, so no more than 16 pounds, but other...
16 pounds. It can't be more than 16 pounds.
Can't be more than 16. Any other restrictions on the number or the type or the breed that you're allowed to have?
It's the breed. They don't want any kind of Rottweilers, gotcha. German Shepherd, Pit Bull, big boxers, anything that's a big dog, like German Shepherds.
Gotcha.
Pit Bulls, anything that can be aggressive and that can hurt.
Gotcha.
They don't want anything that's real big that can cause so much damage.
Mm-hmm. And I know...
I believe, let's see, a bulldog. Bulldog, something like that.
Gotcha. And I know you mentioned that you have to make sure your pet is clean and leashed and you pick up after them. Are there any other rules and regulations for owning a pet?
The dog has to be clean.
Mm-hmm.
The apartment and the dog has to be clean and the dog has to be looking good. They don't want the dog looking straggly, messy. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to take care of your dog when you get your dog.
Gotcha. And I know we mentioned this a little bit before, but have you ever considered or had to relinquish or give away one of your pets to obtain housing?
No.
And have you ever lost housing or had to move before due to pets?
Yes. I wasn't on housing, but yes, I had to give it to my mom.
Right, when you moved with Ro. Okay. So that's the end of my questions that I have for you. Do you have anything that you want to add before we wrap up?
Yeah, like I said, it's a shame it's a shame that the pet fees have to be so high, but if they lowered it and the people can't afford it, I would understand, a person could get a dog, but with the way the pet fees are now today and the deposits, that's just too high.
Yeah.
It's just way too high.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have a dog. I would love to have a dog, but only if the pet fees were not so high.
Right. I hear you. All right. I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording here as we wrap up.